Bay Yacht Club Junior Invitational, January 2023. Current is going to be something we'll talk about a lot because you can see it whipping at the harbor entrance here. You can see the water whipping around here. So the current is now going our left to right. Coach, there's Director Eric up there, some parents in the roost. And anyway, you can see the water just swirling here. And the current is going out that way. Looking at 3 to 6 knots, hopefully 7. Maybe a tick windier tomorrow. And the water's going to be going from our left to right. So there's the windward mark up there. It's going to make the upwind legs longer. It's going to make starboard tack feel horrible. You're going to be cross current on starboard, so you're going to get a decrease in the wind and a little apparent wind shift, tiny. And then port tack, you're going to see people love port tack. The boats are going to go in straight into the current, has less of an effect on the apparent wind, so the boat's just easier to sail. You can see the green boat here. Anyhow, pretty nice day. It's been a snowy winter. For those mountains, that's a lot of snow. A Fleet Race 1, they had one general recall. The current's going right to left. There's a little current line right here. If you look right through here, I think the current on the right side of that is actually going the other way. So I'm going to try to figure that out. At the start, the pin was about 40 seconds favored, and then it's evened out to only be, with one little right shift, it's evened out to be about a 20-second start lead. And Fenton here and Cam here both went to the right and got back into the race very quickly. Biggest thing in a Sabot is leech hook. That's when you're going fast, you trim like that. It's a little tight for the acceleration mode. 1 inch out from there, that is too tight. That is hooked too much. He needs to ease bang. He needs to let the main sheet out just a little. The other thing is he could rake back a little too, and that would twist that off a fraction. Just by changing the angle of the main sheet. Here's Zach right here. He looks pretty good. He's on the hook side, but he kind of has to be. This guy looks headed compared to Zach. Okay, well, first race A Fleet, and I think starting on starboard and getting the pressure that you can see over there, it looks shiny. And that's what Olivia did there, 9899. She just went far enough over there to make sure she had pressure, and now she's got a huge lane. Cam is just, again, just sailing BMG so much better than everybody else. He's looking at the other boats, but he's really focused on himself. Okay, so he should see these boats that are a little lower than him, and he should just be sailing 1/2 degree below. See how he slowed down a little as he gets the header? Just a 1/2 degree below BMG, and just not footing to the header, but just on the wind. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I think the current is going up the course over on this side. You might not be able to see it on the water here, but you know, throughout right here and over on this edge here is a little bit of a current line. So I think the current is actually neutral over here, and the current over there is going out towards the B Fleet there. In the B Fleet we have Kylie 9005. I think that's her right there, lined up with the flag. So she saw the A Fleet with that monstrous pin in favored, and she started down there. But since then, it's been okay to be up the line too. So that's why we do all this, everybody. We learn how to anticipate all this stuff. Wow, Fenton is quite good. The right paid again, though. We'll see what the sailors say about what they thought. I think they're going to say the right was good on this beat. Here's Zach looking good too. Their mark is that yellow one up there. Before the races, people were hitting the windward mark. That's one of your major indicators that you're bucking the current. So you have to do excellent tacks at the top of the course. If you do bad tacks, you're going to pay for it. So that's the A fleet in race 1. Here's Kylie looking good. No more heel than that. What she would do right now is try to figure out what the shift is. The wind does not look like it's going hard right because everybody's staying on starboard after the mark, so she's probably in a good shape right here. Cool. B fleet, race 1. Just a second ago, Kylie was looking great, and again, look at 7.528 now, back in the race. So this is a race to the right, everybody. I think everybody was figuring that out in our pre-race. Most people were figuring that out, but it seems like left looks good, but you've got to play the right up here. And then it looks like there's some holes on the right that you got to be able to get through. But Kylie's doing great right there. There's Fenton winning A. There's Zach second in A. It looks like Olympia 989's like 5th. So, but Kylie's doing well. She's getting away from the pack. She's going to get out of here, and in about 20-30 seconds she's going to have much more clear wind. She's not going to have any disturbed wind, and probably doing good. But again, look, here's this boat that we thought was behind is coming out ahead. Oh, I'm like in the C1 course. Here's Theo 10222 started up towards this end. Lorelei 8577 started in the middle. There's Will 9261. There's Jack 9429. So I don't think we had anybody really late for the start. That's good news. Okay, here we go for C2s. Fenton came out with his main tight, played the shifts right, and you know, when it's flat water, you can really trim hard. If I'm him, I'm probably gonna have him put his out haul on a little more, so the bottom of the main's not quite so hooked. Make sure the Cunningham's pretty loose. Or maybe on just a tiny bit, just to open the leech a tiny bit maybe. So the book would say he needed to trim looser, but there he is winning by a long way. Now these guys are about to start. The problem is the A fleet's gonna be coming through here. So that was the start for C2. Everybody very late except for 8318. So that was not a good start for the C2 fleet. And it does look like the pin end's favored, but not by a ton. Looks like that guy in the middle is going to be behind, but not by a ton. This is C2. 8900 started late, and look at him, he's just killed it. So that's what I would do for our C3 group. Now the C3 group is the learn to race group. And so this start I would anticipate would be worse. There's Ellison in her first travel regatta. Her lee board looks great. Everything looks great. And then who else do we have in this fleet? The problem is we're gonna have the A fleeters. Here's Olympia and her new boat. 2 minutes to go for C3. Oh, Olympia's doing well. Fenton is just a country mile ahead. Kind of hard to tell what's going on here, but the C3 fleet is mixed with the A fleet a little, and they have started. And so it's just hard to tell who's who because you got A fleeters going through here too. Okay, so for race 2, I think what we're gonna do is the current's gonna increase now. So I think we're gonna be playing that right hard. I don't wanna go over here this hard right early in the race because it's a little lighter with the rebound off that big houses. And the wind kind of backs up over here and slows down, but anything through this area is plenty of wind, and get on the other side of this current line. Other fleet management is a big part of this regatta because we're all on top of each other, but it's good for us. I know it'll be frustrating at times. So this is the C2s. Celeste 9047's in 3rd. She should plan on rounding third. So what she would do right now is she would collaborate with 8318 and say, hey, I will not sit on you. Let's just get around the mark as fast as we can and get out of here. Anything in the top 3 is a keeper. There's Oliver in 4th. Great start, buddy. Laid at the boat and just sailed absolutely perfectly. Here's Parker, good. Heeling, everybody's doing good downwind. We're trying to get our booms in the right place, our bangs in the right place, and heel that boat up. You gotta get the center of the sail over the top of your head. You want the center of the sail over the center of the boat to drive you the most forward and to balance your helm, to make it so that the boat's not trying to head up. If you sail flat, the boat's always trying to head up and you're fighting the rudder. Okay, it's really hard to tell what place people are in. And I'm gonna go help the C3s. Lesson from race 1 is that it's very light wind up there. You gotta trim a little looser and you gotta sail a little freer to try to get the boat moving. Now, winner of, I believe that's the winner of C2 right there, maybe. Then you got second place is this one, 8318. Then you got Oliver, 8900. Then you got Celeste here in 4th, 9047. So again, they would start to look upwind, see how light it is, and we sail with an inch more heel, just a fraction more leeward heel, not much, and we sail with the outhaul a little looser, and then we focus on our VMG telltales more. We actually focus on our telltales more. And Parker over here, the whole key is going right. I'm worried that Celeste is going to come out behind here. Anyway, pretty good race. I'm not sure if that boat's in C3. But it does look like Clara Hannum here has moved into 2nd or 1st, 9342. Look at the lefty of the red boat though. Oh, look at her hit a wind shift over here. This was a great time to tack. Great time to tack. Okay, look at that. Look at that, she's just flying. She's not looking at her sail enough, but that's all right. And here's Elle, doing good. We have to move. Line sights are really easy on a day like today. The pin is favored by a long way. Our game plan is to start and tack. Because the pin is favored with the wind, but the right is dramatically favored with the upwind course. So these guys don't look good right now, but you'd be surprised all of a sudden. I just checked the current. I should have videoed that. I checked the current at the boat and it totally slack at the boat. Like 0.1 at the boat and it's 0.3 at the pin. Yep, so those guys go. And again, these guys look way behind. 9131 looks way behind, but he's not really. Olympia did the best job, 9899. That's Zach, 8696. Benton won the last race easily, and Benton started, that's where I would have started. It's kind of the middle-ish and then tapped. And it's just a sprint to the right. Okay, race 2 for the A fleet there. Okay, A fleet is kind of all over the place. They're all trying everything they can, and I'm just playing the wind up there. I'm just trying to find any little bit more wind up there that I can find. And it's not easy. Okay, B fleet's about to start. You can see their angle is right down the line, right? And the race committee knows that the right's favored, so they're favoring the pin end. Because they know if they favored the boat end, everybody would be cramming the boat end. Kylie's a little slow. You see how she got too much luff there? She's above VMG angle. She is crossing, so she should go. There's plenty of wind here. Oh, good. Let the other boat go. Just dig into it a little bit. You can see 10274 is a good 30 seconds behind. He should just tack right now and do what's called covering from behind. He should tack now and just match the angle and just wait. And if you're those boats over there, you are footing right now. You are not pointing as high as you can. You are going 1 degree below VMG to make sure these boats on the right don't get bow out on you. You don't want this boat to get bow out, which they're a little bow out now, but they don't want, you don't want to be like getting people in 10160 if you're 9005. You don't want to be bow out as soon as the header hits. Wow, Fenton T. Wallace, coach, has just come out on fire. Looks like Maribel 9317 with the blue stripe. Got a better race this time. Looks like Ben, 8115 with the red, white, and blue over here on our left. Better this time. If I was Kylie, I would let go of the tiller a little. The boat would probably round up, and that's indicative of you want to sail a little flatter to take away that rudder drag. Wow, Fenton is just, he's already 20 seconds ahead. Olympia, 9899 in about 6th, 5th. Great day. C2's about to start race 2. Everybody's doing a very good job today of staying up current, not getting down there, because, you know, if you fall asleep, you get yourself down there, you can't get back to the line. Trying to hardwire you guys with understanding about staying up current. When you go to a real, in college or whatever, you go to a real current place, or we go to Newport Beach, you can get light air, get down current, and you don't make the start. Yeah, you have to remember, after 2 minutes, you're not allowed to pump rock skull, get a coast to drag you or anything. Here's Vesper with less than a minute in C1. I said it was a C2 start, it's actually the C1 start. You can't see Will, he's 9261 here, just starting up the line a little. There's a rule. These A fleeters were coming downwind and they had lured starboard boats. The starting boats are racing from the 2-minute signal until they start, or until they finish. So the ones that were lured on starboard at the starting line were right of way over the starboards or the ports that were coming downwind. One kid was yelling at somebody to get out of their way, but he didn't understand that these boats were racing from 2 minutes on. So you're going by the racing rules as soon as the preparatory signal goes up at 2 minutes. Had it been 2 minutes and 5 seconds, then the C1 fleet would have had to stay out of the way because they weren't racing. It had been a courtesy. Vesper got a better start this time. Lorelei, 8577, got a better start. This is the C1 fleet race 2. Here's Ben Simpson looking great. That sail looks outstanding. Flat water, the outhaul's kind of tight. His lee board is forward. And you see, as people get header, they start to get nervous and want to tack, but you got to dig into it. See that? He should get on the other side of this current line right here. He should have kept going. He should have been more patient. He needs a shorter tiller. We talked about that this morning. As you grow and as you get older, you have to shorten your tiller or your tiller extension. You don't want to shorten your tiller a lot, but you have to shorten those as you age. Otherwise, you're getting caught in your life jacket. Okay, that is the C1. Fenton winning race 2. He won race 1 easily. He's winning race 2 even more easily. And so we're going to watch him. He just has the ability, he's been sailing for so long, he has the ability to just trim tight and just steer right on the wind and not slow down. He's just got a tiny bit of leeward heel. See what he does is he points towards the mark and then the boat slows down and then he points away from the mark a little. And he just makes sure nobody outpoints him. Here's Olympia in 3rd, Ben in 4th. Here's Maribel in 6th, 5th. Yeah. Pretty cool. Olympia should trim that tight. And Maribel should go an inch lower. She sees the header coming, she should go an inch lower and just get to it as quick as she can. Race 2, 1 minute for C2. We have Celeste, 9047. And we have Oliver, 8600. He's going downwind right now, though. I'm getting a little concerned. Looks like Kylie's in 4th again. Her vang's too tight. I gotta fix that on her. Oops. A little too tight on that vang. We sit with the top batten open, and then in the puffs, we pull the boom into 85-ish. And here goes the start for C2s. boats are way ahead. So again, it would have been start left middle, and then tack. Where 8940 is would have been fine. And here's Oliver again, starts late at the boat, and he just flies his boat like a little airplane upwind. And he can just fly the boat. One of our team goals, this is race 3 in the A fleet actually. Or is it race 4? I think it's 4. I'm not sure. But we want to look at boom angles. Fenton is at 85 degrees with a loose bang. He should have the boom out in the light spots. So in the light spots, we get it out to 90 with a lot of twist, like he's got. See how much twist 7, 6, 8, 9 has? So these boats have similar twist, with the second place boat having more twist. So he should put his bang on a tiny bit. Cam is better. And then when you get a puff, you just pull the boom in so that the top bat and Cam just put his bang on. Darn it, come on, keep videoing. Sorry, I keep wandering while I'm talking. Okay, so Cam, the leader, has less twist than Sean. You don't need to have your board up on port tack because you get the board out of the water by heeling. Usually sail with the board down on port tack and heel a little more than on starboard. Okay, so Cam has too much vang on. I would go, if I was Cam, I'd go less vang, boom out in the light spots, and then boom in the puffs. So you square the top out into the wind by trimming in the puffs. Too much twist. I think Sean's doing okay. Fenton is having a great day, but his boom is definitely not at 90. And right now he has wind, so it's not as crucial. If I was him, I'd probably let his main out a little, or I'd let the bang out a little. This is good. These guys are like helping each other up here. Not teammates either. Yeah, see, his boom's not at 90, man.
Yeah, I'll hold my hand up and drop it.
It looks good right now, though. In the puff, the boom does come in. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how we want to sail. Let's see how she's doing. I would say she's pretty good in the puffs. The twist goes more. She can pull the boom in a fraction.
Keep going.
This guy has too much twist by a little, not bad. Let's see, this one's tighter on the bang. See, there's less twist. So this is one of our big goals. Here's Kosei in 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 9.
Drop.
Olympia's boom is past 90. So she's losing a little power. I mean, she looks fast. I mean, she's gained. So, but if I was her, I'd have the boom in a little bit. And maybe heel a fraction less. Now I'm going to tell you what the key to starting today is. And we got to do this in Newport. We got to be the best at this. You see where the start line is? The orange flag. And do you see those palm trees over there? Those palm trees, the center palm tree is the line sight. So right now I'm over. Good, are you over right now or right on your line sight? Yeah, so drop down just a little bit. You don't have to be right on the line. You just can't be down there 3 boat lengths. And Traveler, half an inch looser. Okay, see the trees? As that power boat goes by, so the line is right here. This is the starting line. See the trees? Okay. And some of you are starting. See how the trees are no longer lined up with the pin? Some of you are starting all the way. See where the trees are now? Way below the pin. So you're starting even further down than this. So you would start to accelerate if you could. And now I'm over. I gotta sail. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you, the key to starting right now is using a line sight. I don't know if you saw the last video, but everybody who started hard left were way ahead. And so what that means for C2, you have less than a minute. You got to start down there going jive. You got to look at that. They're going to be so far ahead down there. Here's Celeste, so at least she's close. Here's Oliver, way off the line. Way, way, way off the line. There's Celeste going full speed. So the mistake the C1s made in our fleet is they got to be going at least 8, 9, 10 seconds there. They were pointing too high, pumping their mains, not moving. Good job, Celeste. 9047. Perfect. She trims in. See how far ahead they are? Yeah, see how far ahead they are? We can't start at this end. Celeste bouncing out of there nicely. Oliver bouncing. You can't see Oliver, but he's right here at a yellow boat. Just on the other side of 884. Good job. Your wind up here, isn't it? See how light it is up here at the finish line? So this is where you really, I think Vesper looks good. I think the change for her we're going to make is we're going to go looser on our main sheet just a little. But it is very light up here, and you'll see all of a sudden people will get, this guy's really light and this boat's all of a sudden moving. So this is really good practice up here, but it is frustrating. To be honest, you have to be able to read the wind on the water. You have to be able to read that flag. The flags, you have to be able to read them. Which direction are they coming from? And are they whipping or are they hanging? So there's a lot of little tricks to sailing when you get up here, but it's getting your head out of the boat also. Using the other boats as telltales. Wow, Theo's tacks are getting really good. And end of race 3 for C1. Kind of a tough race for us. We started too much in the middle. Now, I don't want to harp on this too much, but even in the Dutch U Marathon, even in the Sabot Nationals, you have to be extremely confident in your line sights. So you are constantly coming around here. And if I line up the pin with those palm trees, I am over. Right here is right on the line. You're gonna
Whaler 7, we're about 2 minutes from getting into a sequence.
You're gonna see a little bush just to the left of the
stand by
orange
on that
flag.
pin. I think it's okay right now, but stand by.
So you would be coming right along here. I have the orange flag directly behind me. And you're gonna see the little bush that's just to the left of the flag. It is, I can't point at it here because this guy's blocking my view. Okay, but you would be coming along here and making sure. So let's look at what's over since this guy's blocking my view. Look for the little bush. Okay?
I'm listening.
I am now over. I'm lined up with the big palm trees. I am now over. Okay, and then I would drop back down. So this is what you'd be doing right now. I would drop back down and make sure the palm trees are not lined up with the pin.
Wait, what'd you say?
So I am
We're going to start a race
just
for the
barely
C1s,
over
C2s,
now.
C3s, A's and B's are still at the club.
And now I'm just on the line at the small
Okay, guys,
bush.
thank you. Thank you.
There's a small little bush right there, so I'm still over by a fraction. Okay, now we're gonna look at what this fleet, I'm gonna video from the end of the line this time, and this is where most people are starting. Starting in the middle, you see the bushy tree, the little, look, they are starting. So this is 1 boat length off the line, straight to the line. It's 3.5, 4 boat lengths to the line. Sailing distance, see how far you see how far below the pin that little bush is out there? That little bush. So here, I'm gonna get, this is where I would start. 3, 2, 1, go. They moved the pin down a little and the C1 fleet is now on the line. So they're not gonna be a big, huge line sag. The bummer is the kids work so hard on their line sights before. And then they move the line just before they put the 3-minute signal up. Where is the flag? They might have a Gemma recall in C1. Yeah, I'd still be great start by Vesper. So now we got to get a line sight and the orange flag. You get right next to it. She's not in a great place. She's too far below it. And then you come over here, and I am below the line right now. Do you see the big, tall palm tree up there? Okay, my battery is getting low on my phone, so we would probably start right here, safe. Okay, and then right now, if I was getting ready to race, I would go ahead and drop down a little extra and line it up with something else. That's my cue that I'm late. like if I line it up with the top of that restaurant right there, this is way late. I mean, we're talking 8 or 9 seconds off the line if we're just this far. See where the big tree is? It's below the pin. So I would go 10 and I would accelerate. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm probably over right here actually, but I practice it over and over. So we have the I flag up. See the yellow flag with the black dot? We have 1 minute to go. And nobody's at the pin end this time. There's Will, 9261. Here's Lorelei, doing a great job, high and slow. There's Vesper, 7634, high and slow. I'm above the line a little bit. Oh goodness, we gotta be going at 10 or 11 seconds. We gotta get our watches going, guys. Come on. I don't know what happened there. They're not looking at watches. I mean, you gotta be going. When the line is square, we gotta be going in 5 or 6 seconds, maybe 3 or 4. Ouch. Gotta have your watches going. I just learned that. Race 4 for the C fleet, that's C1s. Again, guys, we cannot be trimming in at 0. We got to be trimming in earlier than 0. I don't know what the answer with that is, but we've forgotten the fundamentals. You got to trim in before 0, get the boat moving so that you're actually moving at the start. Got less than a minute for C2. 8844 is in trouble. 8940 is in trouble. Oliver's in huge trouble. Oh, good. Nice job, dude. When you want to duck like that, you got to hike out a little. That's the start right there. Oliver, good job. It does look like the boat end is favored now because Celeste had a decent start there on port and she's going to be behind a little. So pretty square. Yeah, pretty square starting line. Not sure. Let's go, Oliver. There we go. I think he was confused. Okay, good job, guys. Started intact. That's what seemed to have worked almost all day. Look at Parker. Started intact. Celeste winning race 4 for the C1, C2s. Here's Parker, had a good upwind. Yeah. I was barking at him for having his main loose, and look at him, he's in 4th. Okay, they moved the pin down even further now. So the line sight, probably that American flag or something. So super easy line sight. Okay. Here we go. Race 4 for the A fleet gonna start. Amazing. Theo. Looks like Theo's winning race 4 in the C1s. Here's Vesper just getting a huge race. I'm really big on the left at the end of these races. Really big. There's just like these big lefties that are coming through a valley through here or something. She's just a little over trim, but not too bad. Gotta work on her sail a little bit. Nice job, Theo. Race 4 in C1, Theo Card winning. And you look at these flags up here again. She's gonna have plenty of wind. Lefty and plenty of wind here. She's gonna take off here in just a second. Yeah, there we go. Pin. This is A fleet. Black flag start. So somebody just got called at that end. Or maybe not. They're still behind. Grab on. Benton 10347 has a 112. And he's just being conservative. And he's still off the line. All clear, they said. So Fenton gave up the favored end just to get a clean start. Let's see who crosses here, Will. Let's see who crosses. I think the pin was favored by a little. I think Zach's crossing everybody in the middle right here. I don't know if you see Zach. Yeah, so the pin is favored by a little. Yeah, Fenton's crossing everybody, so you got to get to this side early. Yeah, you got to get to this side early. The pin. There's the current is not pretty much non-existent now, tiny bit. Going up the course a tiny bit. I tried. Oh yeah, it looks like Kylie's late. We got Kylie in the middle. You guys gonna see a big line sag. Yeah, see that? See how far off the line a lot of people were? Look at that. Now they're getting to the line, the people in the inning. So it wasn't too bad. 4 or 5 seconds late. 7.528 did a jump out start. When we talk about jump out starts, that's what I mean. A jump out start is where you're just ahead right away and you practice them by yourself, like over and over again. Acceleration, launching off the line. And over time, I sailed with a guy named Bart Hackworth who did that all the time. If he was in the middle, he would just launch off the line and be that far ahead so many times. If the pin was favored, it was even better. And he could do the boat end too. He could start all 3 starts. He could jump out that far ahead. Okay, well, she looks pretty good. It is just, you can't see it, but it is just a beautiful bow. The blue, light blue, and white. Yeah, she looks really good. And it's windy over here, so she should come out of this okay. This is B Fleet, and this is their next to last race for B Fleet. But that looks good. Her leech tail is flowing up there a little bit and stalling a little bit, so she's pretty set. Coming up on the last race for C1, if we look upwind right now, there are boats on both tacks, port and starboard. So what that indicates is that the wind is probably right in the middle. There's no lift on starboard or port. Wow, these guys are close to the line. Look at that. Vesper, red boat, just dip down just a little. Perfect. I forgot to get to her and tell her, we got to accelerate earlier, you guys. You got to start trimming at least maybe 3 seconds. She just dropped down too much. There we go. Okay, they should be going right now. Go. Everybody else is going? Go. Little late, but not bad. That was better that time. Will, 9261, did much better that time. I did talk to him about, we can't, if the boat's favored, we'll trim 6 seconds or less, maybe even 3 if we're really close to the line. It is a Sabot, so you gotta be ready to trim it, whatever it takes. And then if the pin's favored, we have to add seconds to that. Because it's way harder to sail when the pin's favored. It's harder to accelerate, man. These things go sideways. Good. So Vesper got back to 3rd in the last race. Here's Theo. He's fighting for a hole here. Here's Jack. Okay. All of our guys did a good job of seeing what happened the last starts, and everybody who started here intact, even Lorelei's right there. Everybody was down here this time. So excellent. We're paying attention to the other starts. Because our boy Fenton is here winning again. I don't want to jinx the guy, but this is literally a 1-1-2-1 going on here. And his start was down at the pin. Remember, it was on. Oops, my battery's going low. There's Fenton winning by a country mile. But yeah, 1-1-2-1. Parker. Coming up on the last race for C2. Celeste is starting to figure out this other guy that won the first 3 races she's starting to be able to keep up with him. So it's really good when you have good people that are racing against, because after race 3, she's all of a sudden got her mainsail just in the right place. She's sitting forward. Here's the B's coming downwind. Kylie looks good, heeling, out all eaves. These guys have less than a minute on C2. This is a little late to be on port. I would be where that red boat is right there. And I would just stop. If I was that red boat right there, I would just head up and stop and just kill all these guys on port tack. So this is not a good starting strategy for our team. Yeah, we should have been on starboard. These guys did a good job by going on port tack, but we don't want to use that as, you know, you get to B fleet or A fleet, that just doesn't work. But it was good to do. But I don't want our team doing that. I'd rather have been the starboard with the line sight. Right in the middle of the line at 30 seconds, drifted down towards the pin, and ended up being about where Celeste is now, going full speed. Your guys will probably be thankful my phone's gonna run out of charge, but there's Vesper winning the C1. She's got great speed. Oh, that's Will in second, Theo in third, great. And then if you look hard right, we're gonna see Fenton winning the A fleet, and we're gonna try to watch Fenton. He's got quite a lead. He just trims really hard and he can keep moving. You know, it's just, that's not really beatable when you have somebody who can trim tighter than you and go the same speed. Because if they can trim tighter, they're gonna point higher. So he's just over there, just main sheet smoked on, and he barely lets it out in the light spots. And then he sails by watching the other boats around him a lot. You know, if he feels slow, he just goes down a little, and when he feels fast, he's just on point mode with a tight sail. Here's Clara right here in C3, last race. Here's Elle doing killer right in there. We learned something is that in the starting sequence, if you're approaching the line on starboard tack and you have a bunch of boats coming downwind of you, downwind towards you in another fleet, you are either leeward of them or you are starboard on them. So you just say starboard or leeward depending on the rule. But you're right away. You are in the race essentially from the 2-minute gun on. So they can't yell at you, hey, get out of my way. The leader of race, the last race of C3. See the hooked leech? Okay. Remember, look back at the other videos of the A fleeters. You're gonna see these guys aren't heeling. Remember, we talked about heeling. Outhall's eased, Cunningham's eased, sitting forward. She's got the most twist of those boats. Third place there needs less bang. She needs her boom out further. It's pretty close though, and she's got more twist, and that's good. Those guys started fighting with each other. Oh wait, they're not in this fleet. Good news, she's in second. She's got a lot of twist. She should let her main out more, and then in the puffs, but she's got to heel more too. This vang is too tight. See that, guys? Gotta get the twist right. Okay, that twist is too much. She's too loose. You can see the difference between the A fleeters and the C fleeters. Here's Elle in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Just like we wanted. Here's the rest of the fleet for her. And we wanted her to get a best race at the end.
Whaler 7, we're going to pull that down, mark down just a little bit, please.
Great job. She needs her bangies, but I'm not worried about it. Her sail looks pretty good. I don't care. When she's in 5th, that's a great job. Okay, I know my videos are way too long. They're good to start and stop once in a while and look at things. This is the A fleet last race. I'm gonna make this the last video. Here's Fenton, has a 1-1-2-1 in the A fleet. That's hard to do. That does not happen very, oh, this guy is screwed. Yeah, this guy is, he's ducking everybody. Yeah, see, we just don't do the cam. See, the boat's favored right now, little cam, 7630. Nice. Oh, wow. Yep, see how Fenton does that? He slows down, he immediately starts flying his telltales and he doesn't look around. Now he's gonna go into point mode again. See that? Once he gets a little, when he feels the boat slow down, he immediately looks at the sail so he knows what to do with the tiller. And you see he trims tight, dude. That leech is stalled almost. It's barely flowing. And a lot of people think heeling is bad, but he's digging his leeward chine in at the same rate he's lifting his leadboard out, so it doesn't, I mean, he has too much helm right now. That's one thing for sure. But it really doesn't change. Anyway, long video. A fleet's big and good. And that'll be the last video. We'll look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be windier. So the boat was favored and he didn't cross everybody this time, but he's still good. When you have a 1-1-2-1, all you do is start clean somewhere. You don't try to mess with anybody. This is the best puff of the day coming down right now, as a matter of fact. This is a pretty incredible performance.